Well, here we are, and this is to tell you everything there is to know about Valentine's Day in English. So, its origins, where did it come from, why do we use the word Valentine, why is it in February, and what are the words and sayings we can say throughout the day to our loved ones. How do you get a Valentine, and how do you show your cherished one that you love them? Well, I'm going to go through all of that in this video, so stay tuned and watch it, and you will never be without love ever again. Why do we have Valentine's in February? What is the significance of this month? Well, back in the Middle Ages, they believed that when birds migrated, they were flying off to find their love. So that then transcribed into a pagan festival all about fertility. They celebrated fertility for the whole month of February, until the Catholic Church decided that they would celebrate Saint Valentine for one day on the 14th of February. Yep, it was the church who decided that it was going to be on the 14th of February. Now, there are a lot of different stories about why we have Saint Valentine. So, it started with a fertility festival, but how does St. Valentine become a part of a festival? Well, quite simply, the Pope, way back when, found out that one of his men was producing secret marriages. Roman soldiers would go to him and he would produce a ceremony for the soldier and his loved one. Now, when the Pope found out about this, he was executed and he became a martyr. So this is where we think, it's not sure, but we think the name Valentine came from because his name was Valentine. So our Valentine actually comes from the Roman Catholic Church. Bet you didn't know that, huh? Before we go any further, I just want to ask you, please subscribe down below, click that little button and the notification button, and that way you won't ever miss a post. You'll be notified every time I put something out there, and you can continue learning English at a natural pace. Now let's get back to Valentine's Day. Now, there are a lot of different words that go with Valentine's. Now, here are some of the words you might hear. You might hear romance. Now, a romance is when two people first fall in love. So we say to fall in love, which may not be the same in your language. And during these early days, the first months of that relationship, that is the romantic side. So we have a romance, and when you are expressing your love for the other person, that is romantic. Now, love is when your heart rate goes up. So when you see the other person, your heart starts beating faster. There's excitement, you can't wait to see them. It really is an exciting part of your day. And butterflies. Now, butterflies, it's that funny fluttery feeling that you have normally in your tummy. Now, cherished is someone that we adore. We admire them, we care for them, they're very important people to us. So you can cherish somebody without being in love with somebody. This is why I say that Valentine's is for everybody, because there's bound to be somebody in your life that you cherish, someone that your life wouldn't be the same without them, someone that you want to express that feeling for. That is a cherished person. Now, a friend, we all have these. A friend is someone who is interested in you, their company. You can have a good laugh with them. So these people we all have in our lives. You all have friends, and you can all show them some love at Valentine's. So nobody need be alone on Valentine's. Next we have lover. Now, a lover is someone you have an intimate relationship with. An intimate doesn't have to be sexual. An intimate can be somebody that you touch. To have a lover, it doesn't necessarily mean you're in a relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're in love with them. A lover is somebody that you're just intimate with. And then there is sex, and obviously sex is purely physical love. So it is just the act, sex is just the act of making love to somebody. Now it can be with love and it can be devoid of love. It doesn't have to have feelings attached to it. And many people can have sex with no feelings. But sex is a physical kind of love. Okay, now here are 3 things that you will want to do with somebody that you care about. There's a hug. Hugs are really important. That's when we embrace someone. We take them in their arms and we give them a squeeze. It doesn't have to be a sexual thing. It doesn't have to have love involved in it. I hug everybody. A hug is just, I'm happy and I want to share that emotion with you, or I need support and I want to feel you close. And we give out hugs. Cuddle, on the other hand, is more intimate between 2 people, or more than 2 people. It's when we get close, body to body contact again. Now I've put it into a couple of sentences. You've got give me a hug is when you want to hug somebody. You might say give me a hug, or can we cuddle? You're asking somebody, can you get close and come and cuddle me? So these are interchangeable. Obviously you could say give me a cuddle, can we hug? Always ask somebody if you can hug them before you go in for a hug. Some people don't like to get up close and personal. A kiss. Now a kiss, I think most of us know what a kiss is. A kiss is with our lips. Now different nationalities kiss differently. In England, you don't kiss people unless you're intimate with them. So, French kiss or blow a kiss. Now what's the difference? A French kiss is with tongues. To blow a kiss is to blow a kiss. Now you can catch that kiss and take it to yourself or take it to your lips. That love, an extra little bit of love. So it's quite a sweet thing to know how to say is to blow a kiss. And there you can say kiss me or I kissed her. There's a little sentence for you in the past tense. Then the third thing is to hold hands. Now this is quite obvious. We hold hands. It's a sign of friendship. It's a sign of intimacy. You tend to hold hands with somebody that you care about. So friends can hold hands. Lovers can hold hands, obviously. Family can hold hands. But you wouldn't hold hands with someone you don't know. They are holding hands. See, they are holding hands. Hold my hand. That's when you ask somebody to take your hand. And we held hands in the past tense is telling somebody you held hands with somebody else. So hopefully those 3 will help you. A hug, a kiss, and hold hands. Hopefully you'll get at least one of those today. Now to show somebody your love, there are all different things that you can do and you can show them. These are some of the more common things that you can give somebody to say that you love them or you care for them. So we have some balloons. Now quite often you might find a heart. Now hearts are everywhere on Valentine's Day. A heart is obviously because you're giving feeling, you're giving emotion from your heart. So that's why we have hearts everywhere. So balloons are quite often heart-shaped. A teddy bear, some kind of cuddly toy. A box of chocolates. A gift. A ring. Now, of course, Valentine's Day is the perfect opportunity to ask the person that you love and care for to get married. So quite often you will find people proposing. Now the verb propose is to ask somebody, and a wedding proposal is exactly that. It's somebody giving you a ring and asking you to wed them, to get married. So a very romantic thing to do on Valentine's Day. A bunch of flowers is very common, or just a single stem. Red roses obviously are the preferred flower in England. to give on Valentine's Day. Cards are very common, so you can send a card, and what we do is we send a card quite often without signing it. So it's a way of, especially younger people, expressing their love for somebody without actually saying anything. Obviously the game is to guess who sent you the card, but it's a fun thing to do, and especially if you're in a workplace or if you know of somebody that doesn't have anybody in their life, send them a card. It just gives them a little bit of excitement in the day, but it's just showing them that they're seen, that somebody cares about them. So cards are important in England. Or going out for dinner. Now you can have a romantic dinner, which obviously is by candlelight. So you have candles on the table. A candlelight romantic dinner is quite often what people do in the evening after they've worked all day. They get together and they go out for a candlelit meal. Now I hope that gives you some good vocabulary. Let's go through them again. Balloons, teddy bear, chocolates, gift, ring, flowers, card, or dinner. Now, most of us will have at least one thing off that list this Valentine's. Now, if you want to send a Valentine's card to somebody, or you want to write them a little note and pop it in their drawer or in their car or on the breakfast table, you may want to say something loving. Now, there are all sorts of cliche phrases. Here are some of the top ones, and I'll tell you which ones to use for which people, so you don't get too intimate with the postman and you say the right thing to somebody that you actually do love. So here they are. Will you go out with me? So, will you go out with me? Now, go out obviously is to go out, to do something with that person. But here, in this context, will you go out with me, is a way of asking that person on a date. Yep, that is just for dates. It's how you ask somebody in English if you want to go out on a date. It's a way of saying, okay, I really like you, I want to take this to the next step. Let's go to the cinema or go for a meal or do something together. So go out with me. Be my Valentine. Now, your Valentine is your loved one. So be my Valentine is when you want somebody to be in a relationship with you. So you want them to love you, you want to love them. You're asking them to be your Valentine. Forever in my heart. Now, this is something you could say to all sorts of people. It means that you carry a warm little place in your chest for them, right next to your heart, and they mean a lot to you. Now, it might be an intimate relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It could be just somebody that you cherish. Always yours. Same kind of thing. Always yours is you will give yourself to that person forever, for always, for as long as you can. So always yours is a kind of way of saying you belong to that person, but not as a possession, but as a sentimental saying. I love you, of course we all know that one. I love you is when you're in love with somebody and you want to express that you love them. You mean the world to me. Now, this is a sentence that, again, you can say to all sorts of people. You can say it to your friends. You can say it to your colleagues. You can say it to people that you work with. It's a saying that we say, you mean the world, which means the whole world. I would give the whole world to you if I could. So it's a beautiful way of saying that you are very special to me, that you mean a lot to me, and if I could give you the world, I would give it to you. My heart is yours. Again, that's a little bit like this one, forever in my heart. It means that my heart belongs to you. It belongs to the person that you're talking to. So I'm not going to go out and look for somebody else to give it to. It belongs to you. And then Happy Valentine's Day. Obviously, this is all over the internet, in cards, on films. Happy Valentine's Day is your standard saying for this day. Happy Valentine's Day. And it just means have a good day. It's just like saying have a good day, but on Valentine's Day we say Happy Valentine's Day. So you can say this to anybody at all, even the postman this time. So Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, I'll go through them one more time. Will you go out with me? For asking people for a date. Be my Valentine. Again, you want a relationship. Forever in my heart. Always yours. I love you. You mean the world to me. My heart is yours. Happy Valentine's Day. So I want to wish you all a wonderful Valentine's Day. I hope you get some chocolates, maybe some flowers, maybe a card, maybe just somebody say, I really care about you. I think the world of you. Or just a friend that says, you know, you mean a lot, because you all do mean a lot to me. So have a happy Valentine's Day.